Hello, good afternoon. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Again, this is Mr. Santos Capellan Jr., always wishing you a good day. Now, guys, today what I'm going to do is try to explain to you one of the important system in a building, okay? Now, this is actually fire pumps, okay? Now, guys, I'm going to explain this based on a BMS engineer point of view, okay? I'm not going to explain it as a fire protection or fire pumps specialist, okay? I'm going to explain it to you in the as a BMS engineer point of view, okay? Now, because as a BMS engineer, I always attend to the uh, testing of fire pumps because I will be pulling or I will be monitoring some points in these fire pumps, okay? Now, as I said, this is done by a fire, fire pumps specialist or the one that is capable of doing the stationary fire pumps design and testing, okay? Now, actually what I have here in my graphics, okay, let me first put it in full screen so we will have a good, okay. Now, okay, let me make it a little, okay. Now, okay, okay. Now, what I have here in my graphics is the actual installation of a stationary fire pumps, okay? So this is my actual installation. So what are the pumps in a fire pump room? Okay. Basically, there will be three pumps, okay? So first pump will be the jockey pump. Okay, so this is my jockey pump, okay? Then I have my electric fire pump here, okay? Electric fire pump. Then at the last part is my diesel fire pump, okay? Meaning there will be a diesel engine there to drive the pump, okay? Now, as you can see there, I have there my day tank for my diesel fire pump. Then here are the fire pump control panel, okay? So each pump, the guy or the company that will deliver the fire pumps, it will be coming in a set, okay? So the jockey pump, it will come with a motor control, okay? Then likewise, electric and diesel, it will come with a motor control panel equipped with a controller, okay, or a PLC. Then in electric and diesel, their control panel will be equipped also with a pressure sensor, okay? Now, first, this jockey pump, the control for this is a pressure switch, okay? So, jockey pump, electric pump, and this diesel pump, okay? So, for the diesel, it will be driven by a diesel engine, okay? Now, for the electric, of course, so it will be driven by electric. Then, it is important that we will be, or the system have a emergency backup like generator, okay? Because we are expecting when there is fire or there is a fire scenario in a building, we might be losing our main power supply or the normal power supply. So it is important that there is a emergency backup, okay? Now here, I don't need to explain all the necessary valves, gate valves, zone control valve, alarm check valve. I will not explain it to you because as I said, I am going to simulate these fire pumps in a BMS engineer point of view, okay? Now, the points that I'm monitoring for the jockey pump are the usual points for a pump, okay? So these are the typical monitoring points. As I said, BMS will not be the one to control these pumps. All the BMS will do will just monitor some of the status like hand of auto status, run status, pump flow status. Okay, now as you can see here, there is one flow switch installed in the discharge line of the jockey pump. Okay, so this is pump flow status, trip status. Then we are monitoring the system pressure. Okay, now my system pressure here is bars. Okay, some are in PSI. Okay, so here I am just monitoring it in bars. Okay, now this is just a fictitious values. Okay, I just going to give you an idea how these pumps will start. Okay, now likewise in my electric pump, I have the same points: hand of auto, run, flow, trip. Then for the diesel, the same points. Okay, now to be able to show you how it will run, I have done some animation here, okay, by simulating a pressure drop. Then we will see what is the cut-in pressure and cut-off pressure of each pump, okay. Now, as you can see here, in this portion, I have my own BMS graphics, okay. So as I said, the responsible for control and operation of these fire pumps are the fire alarm system, okay. So this is firefighting system or for the sprinklered building, okay. So it will serve all the sprinklers, then the fire hose cabinets, okay. So, okay, so let's us go in my own BMS graphics. I have here fire water tank. Okay, as you can see, I have here two fire water tanks. Actually, when we are doing the actual BMS for these fire pumps, we are also monitoring the level of the water in the fire water tank. We want to make sure that these tanks are always full of water. And the calculation of the size or the volume of water inside the fire water tank is the job of the mechanical engineer, okay, in coordination with the consultant. They will be the one to size the water tank, okay. So basically there will be fire water tank. Now it will depend on the size of the project, okay. Now here I have two fire water tank, then there is one equalizing line, okay. Now as you can see here, from both tanks, there will be suction line, okay? Now, as you can see here, my main suction line here should be a little bit bigger to make sure that there will be positive, there will be a net positive suction head, okay? Because if you will not properly design your this main line or main header, you will not properly size this, then maybe if the fire pumps or the electric pump runs, then the pressure is keep on dropping, then your diesel pump will kick in. Maybe you will not be able to get the proper flow or the suction pressure in your pumps, okay? So as a mechanical engineer, this is their responsibilities to make sure that all the sizing of the pipes are properly sized and designed. Okay, now, as you can see here, I have not shown all the necessary bulbs and different, like the zone control bulb. You have here the alarm check bulbs. Okay, then there are so many bulbs that needs to be installed in the fire pump room. Okay, now I am just showing you here some of the isolation bulb. I have isolation bulb here, okay, so that if there's problem with jockey pump, you can isolate it. Anyway, that is not the purpose of this tutorial. I will not be showing you all the necessary devices or bulbs that needs to be installed in a fire pump pipings, okay. Now here, maybe your question is, how are you going to test these fire pumps, okay? Now, first, let us discuss what is the use of jockey pump, okay? Now, to prevent the fire pumps in running when there is a water leak in the system, we are installing a jockey pump. So the purpose of jockey pump is to maintain the system pressure. Now, our system pressure here is 25 bars, okay? So let's say there will be a small leak in the piping system. Then this leak will be addressed by the jockey pump. Okay, so we want that our system pressure, let's say our system pressure is 25 bars. That is the calculated pressure, so that the pump can reach the farthest sprinkler in the building. Okay, so 25 bars, the system pressure. So when it drops or when there is small leak, then the job of the jockey pump is to raise or maintain the 25 bars. Okay, so that is the purpose of jockey pump. Okay, now the question is, how are they going to test this? Now, when I'm attending the testing and commissioning of fire pump, since I am monitoring some of the points, so I'm always present in their testing. But as I said, I'm not the expert when it comes to fire pumps. So I'm just there to witness and monitor my BMS points. Okay. Now, when we are doing the test, okay, actually, this is a very important test, because if the civil defense or the fire department will not approve the installation or the testing of it, it will not pass the testing and commissioning, your building will not be able to open, or you will not be given an occupancy permit, or your building will not start operating unless all these firefighting system are approved. Okay, so how are they going to test it? Now, in testing these fire pumps, okay, so basically first they will test the jockey pump. They will release, okay. As I said, this jockey pump, it has its own motor control, okay. Inside the motor control, there will be a pressure switch there, okay. So as the mechanical engineer, the one responsible in testing and commissioning of this, he should be capable of adjusting the pressure switch, okay. So pressure switch, you will adjust the cut in and cut off pressure. Okay. Now here in my simulation, if the system pressure is 25 bars, now if the system pressure drops 1 bar, okay, so when the pressure is 24, then my jockey pump will cut in, or it will kick in. Okay. Now, so that is the testing of this. Okay. Now, for the testing of the mechanical electrical pump, okay, since these electrical pumps are big and powerful, and it can deliver really big amount of water. Okay. Now, to be able to, especially in the Middle East, you cannot waste water, because water is very important in that part of the world. Okay. So what we are doing there, as you can see here, I have here what I have here is the isolation bulb or gate bulb. Okay. Then I have also here an isolation bulb or gate bulb in my main riser going to the building or to the sprinkler and fire hose cabinets. Okay. So when we are testing this one, the electric, during testing and commissioning, the electric pump will be test in no flow condition, meaning this valve will be closed. Okay. Then, I mean, this valve will be closed. Then your electric pump will be allowed to run. Okay. So meaning it will run without flow or zero flow. Now I have here the flow meter. Okay. I have here one flow meter. Okay. Now actually in installing the flow meter, you have to follow some proper installation. You should provide this minimum straight line so that your flow meter will give the accurate flow reading, because if you will not get the minimum straight line requirement in installing this flow meter, then you might get some what we call this one, not accurate reading. Okay, so erratic reading in the flow meter. Okay, so make sure if you are the mechanical engineer in charge, so always consider the minimum straight line requirement for the installation of this flow meter. Actually, this is, I think, Venturi flow meter. Okay, so as I said, first it will be tested at zero flow, meaning the discharge valve will be closed. Then your pump will run. Okay, then they will check the pressure in the suction and in the discharge. Now, for the two pressure, it should pass the requirement, okay, as listed in the testing and commissioning form, okay. Then after zero flow, okay, now they will test with 50% flow. So meaning we don't want the water go to the system, to fire hose and sprinkler, okay, because we don't want to pressurize the system, okay, and we don't want to burst the sprinkler. So what we are doing, they are closing this, okay, they are closing this gate valve, okay, then the water will be going back to the water tank, okay. So that is how they are checking this electric pump, okay. So first zero flow, okay, then 50% flow, they will open this valve at 50%, then they will check what is the flow, okay, then it will be recorded. Then third step, to run the pump at 100% flow, meaning 100% open this valve, then they will measure the flow, okay, the flow rate, okay. So it will be recorded and it will be checked if it passed the requirement, okay. Now likewise for the diesel pump, they will do the same thing, okay. Now here, as you can see here in the fire pump room, there will be several bulbs, okay. Now there will be pressure regulating bulb, there will be control zone bulbs, and all these valves will be monitored in the fire alarm system. When I say monitored, they will monitor it if it is in closed or open position. Let's say someone tried to repair this jockey pump, okay? Then they have to close, let's say they have to close these valves. Then it will appear or it will be monitored in the fire alarm system that the valve was closed. So there will be trouble alarm in the fire alarm panel, okay? So it will be always recorded, okay, the valve there is closed. So after the maintenance, then they have to open it again to make sure that when there is loss of pressure, the jockey pump will kick in. Okay, likewise, the bulbs in its pumps and in the riser and the control zone bulbs will be monitored by the fire alarm panel. Okay, so guys, this is how they are checking the or doing the testing and commissioning. So they will close the main bulb here going to the system, then they will try to run the electric pump or the pump, okay, in zero flow, then 50% flow, then 100% flow. So first electric, then second diesel pump, okay. So the water will just be going back to the fire water tank, okay. Now, so I will show you some animation, okay. I have prepared some animation here. I prepared a small control program so that I can show you the animation or how it will work, okay. Now first, let me see if I can, I will simulate a pressure drop, okay. Now my system pressure is 25 bars, okay. Now actually the system pressure depends on its hydraulic calculation for the fire pumps, okay. Now guys, the NFPA 820 is the one that will give the regulation on how are you going to install, what are the requirements for a stationary fire pumps, okay. So NFPA 20 will be the one to handle this, okay. Now here, let me simulate. I will try to drop the pressure, okay. Now 1 bar. So my cut-in pressure My cut-in pressure is 24 bars, as I have shown it here. So what is happening now? My jockey pump kicks in, okay? So this is simulating that there is a small leak in the system, okay? So the jockey pump will be the one to maintain the system pressure, okay? Now let's say the pressures go up, okay? So it's already 25. As you can see, the jockey pump should stop. So the purpose of jockey pump is to maintain the system pressure. Small leaks, then the jockey pump will be the one to cover the, to bring the pressure back to the system pressure. Because if you are not going to install a jockey pump, there is a danger that the electric pump will run. For a small leak, we don't want the electric pump or the diesel pump to run because it might damage the system because there is no actual bursting of the sprinkler heads, okay? Now, let's say we will see, I will try to do some animation again. Okay, now I have a small leak. Then my pressure is keep on dropping. Okay, now the cut-in pressure of my electric is 23. So as you know now, 2 bars is more than enough to start my electric pump. Now, if still I have big pressure drop here, okay, then my diesel pump will try to help, okay? So this is how these fire pumps will work, okay? So let me let me simulate, okay? Guys, this simulation is just to give you an idea how these pumps will kick in the event of first, small water leak, jockey pump will handle it. Now, if there is a big pressure drop, 1 bar pressure drop from the cut-in pressure of the jockey pump, then your electric pump will run. Okay, now guys, the sprinkler head are fusible. So how it works? Now the sprinkler, if the temperature, of course, these fusible links, there will be some setting there. Okay, so I'm not very particular or not very comfortable with the what is the temperature before your sprinkler head will burst or will give in. Okay, now in one of my projects, we encountered that one of the sprinkler head installed in the we have this cooler. Okay, then there is also one sprinkler head there. Then the problem is, I think the refrigeration system has some problem. Then it creates a small fire. Then the sprinkler head burst. Then our fire pump run. Okay. So anyway, guys, this is a simple tutorial for fire pumps. Okay. So I'm explaining it in a BMS engineer point of view, not in a fire pump specialist point of view. Okay, so jockey pump, okay, jockey pump will run when there's a small leak. Then when one sprinkler bursts, of course your electric pump will run. Then if the fire is really big, then there are several sprinkler head burst, then your diesel pump will help to extinguish the fire. Okay. Now the design for this fire pump is the responsibility of the fire system engineer or the mechanical engineer that will be doing all the hydraulic calculation for these fire pumps. I'm just giving you an idea how these things work. Okay. Then what will be the scope of the BMS in the fire pumps? Okay. So, okay guys, I think I've given you already an idea. If you are a newly engineering graduate and you wish to join an MEP company, you can always visit my tutorial that will give you first-hand idea or an idea how this different system in an MEP company that you might encounter in the near future. Okay, again, thank you very much for watching this short video clip, and if you like what I'm doing, you can always support my channel by subscribing and clicking the notification bell, and you can also enjoy the commercials or ads you will see in my tutorial if you really like what I'm doing. Okay, so Santos Capitan Jr. will always say God bless us all, and bye for now.